43,000 miles. We just got a 28-foot Jayco Melbourne here on trade at HaylettRV of Coldwater, Michigan. We're a Jayco dealer. So when Melbournes were built like this, because they've actually changed in the last 2 or 3 years, we're very familiar with this since, you know, we handled these things. This is extremely well kept. When this was built, basically, this had about every option that was possibly available on the Melbourne on it. Like, it's got the full body paint package, which, I don't know, probably came with some cool name like Desert Strike or something like that, because they all got these crazy names. It looks like it's definitely been kept somehow protected from the weather, whether that means it underwent regular wash and waxes stored inside, whatever the case may be, because it's not just the skin, the tires and everything look good on this. This has heated power side mirrors with turn signal cameras. So when you flip on your left blinker, this camera will auto activate and it will display on what would be normally you just call your backup camera monitor. So it's a blind spot navigator. So when you're going down the road, it can be hard to see. It's that extra angle to make sure that your turning lane is clear when you need to flip lanes real fast. This is on an E450 chassis. It's got your Triton V10 power plant, and it actually has, if you look real close, it's got like a diesel pusher roof construction going on. You see that fiberglass one-piece roof with the wrap-over roofline construction. That's exactly how they put together diesel pushers, guys. What's kind of cool is it's not just the sidewalls that are painted, it's the slide sides and everything. It's an extra little detail thing Jayco's done in this class for years that a lot of other similar things from other brands kind of never did. Some do, some don't. It looks like aftermarket they did add the slide awning toppers on here, so that's some extra money somebody put into this thing that you're going to enjoy the benefit of. You know, why is it here? I guess that's a reasonable question. If it's such a nice darn thing, why would somebody get rid of it? And basically, they just upgraded to a newer, little bit bigger Jayco motorhome into a Greyhawk that we had here at HaylettRV. So they were so happy with this, they stuck within the Jayco family. They were business owners. They probably could have bought whatever they wanted, is my estimation. This is what they chose. So they had some pretty fine taste. Now, this is on the current Melbournes. The new ones have a 3,800 pound tow capacity. These older ones, though, on a heavier chassis have a 5,000 pound tow rating, which opens up some more doors and avenues. Roof is in great shape, seals look good. I love this big storage bay right here. Now that wire mesh rack can flip up and down out of the way if you don't want it there. What they were storing in it, now that they're done with it obviously, was the RVQ grill that came with it. And I also want to point out that we do have some, a set of double power steps coming in. So it is real easy come and go, and when they retract it gives you better ground clearance so that you don't actually, rip the things off on a what do I want to say, like speed bump. Pardon me if I'm saying and a lot. It has been a very successful but very involved day today, and I'm after hours right now. I stayed after the closing of a really big month just to get this stuff done. I don't like things hanging out, hanging loose, hanging over my head. I prefer to attack things and head on and get them accomplished, and that just meant putting in some extra sweat equity here. Speaking of sweat, it's hot. Anyway, you don't care. This has a very like European body style to it, which a few different coaches had when this was built. It's not a camera trick. I don't use a fisheye lens. It actually does have a radius, or not a radius, but there's like a bend, an angle to the wall right there. It gives it a little better slipstream going down the road, kind of like really tall skyscrapers, guys. The upper decks are literally just not as wide as the lower decks. They're slightly pyramidal in shape, and that provides some really good superior stability going down the road. And I cannot say enough about the care, maintenance, cleanliness, condition of this. This is in pristine shape. Something that I look for on used RVs is I look at these air conditioner things. I like to see, did somebody, a lot of people will just leave dirt in the filter and whatnot. They actually cleaned the fins of this grate right here. They went to some pretty extreme measures to make this thing stay in virtually like new condition. This is in virtual factory condition right now. We've also got a soft touch ceiling liner, which acts as a noise canceller. I don't know how much the camera was picking up outside, but we're right next to the highway, and it is loud and noisy from road traffic and wind buffeting. And you can't hear any of that in here. Ooh, wow. Wow, there's some aggressive padding under this carpet, too. That's one of those things that I can't really demonstrate on video, but you can feel it when you come in. This is actually a little recliner utility chair right here. Now up front, what I like is this doesn't have that giant step down that a lot of your B pluses and C's suffer from. I think technically you would classify this as a B plus because it doesn't have a full overhead cab. But there's like this much difference between a B plus and a C, so don't get your head wrapped up over that. All the original electronics are here. I like that in the living room we got the bigger fan for better airflow, and again, they even clean that. That's clean. Touchscreen, you know, navigation and all that stereotype stuff, you know, things you would expect, they are here. There's nothing terribly uncommon, although I do like that they removed the Ford factory seats and put an upgraded seat in here. That's a 6-way power captain's chair. This is not a power adjust chair over here, however. I just like to point that out. Brake controller installed, so they obviously did tow a little chase car behind them, which most anybody with a motorhome's going to. The U-dinette over here can fold down into like a 7-foot bed. There is storage all the way beneath it, so if you do have guests. And notice that there's rear-facing seat belts. That's one of those things Jayco has done for years that a lot of people are only just now coming in tune with, is extra seat belts, more than the minimum required by law. Not only does Jayco add extra seatbelts, but you guys have to understand that when you add seatbelts to anything with a motor, you are now you're in a huge field of liability. You have to build it right. Jayco has always built their seatbelt mounts to exceed federal requirements by at least 10%. That's something I think is really important. Family safety. They've also always added like an extra Cyclops tail light just because. Got good lower storage down here. This is a foreign molded countertop, so it's waterproof. They could recess the sink. And this is a convection microwave. It looks like a stove and oven combination, so it looks very organic in the RV business, but it's putting your microwave down low, where it's a little easier for a lot of folks to get to, because not everyone's as tall as me, so not everyone wants to cook a hot bowl of soup up here and risk spilling it on themselves. We've got the all hardwood doors with hidden hinge cabinetry. You can reach back here and feel this is all lumber core, meaning it's real wood. It just has a wrap for quick construction, basically. Now, next to the fridge, it does have a nice pantry space, because when is more storage ever the wrong answer? And I've yet to have anyone ever give me an instance where more storage was the wrong answer. So I'm pretty confident that more storage is never the wrong answer. Here in the bathroom, porcelain foot flush stool. Plenty of legroom too. A lot of motorhomes have small, crappy bathrooms, especially in this size and category. They did a good job here. And plenty of elbow room in that shower too, which is another thing that's uncommon. And notice little details like the stainless in the bathroom here. You don't usually get that in this class. Now they had the bigger Max Air fan in the living room and the bathroom, and a third one back here in the bedroom. And again, you can see how they were kept clean. Again, I like how everything has like a wrap around, a little radius. That window shade right there, I think needs a restrung. It didn't want to hold itself up. The bedroom, I like that they have these little side stands built right onto the slide fascia, so they will come with you, and they're very CPAP friendly with outlets right next to it. And there is just a tremendous amount of storage over here. You've got symmetrical his and hers, or hers and hers, or his and his, or whatever. Big closets. Storage behind the TV. 2 big drawers right here. Yeah, I mean, there's just not an ounce of this that's wasted. Now, someone's going to say, well, why didn't they put anything down there? Remember that big outside storage compartment? That's the space that it's occupying there. Inside and outside have to play nice together. She's sharp. This is, I'll be surprised if this lasts terribly long. You don't get something of this age, of this type, equipped like this, in this kind of condition just every day. So, if you've been looking for something that's going to make a really good, like, high mileage driver, we want to do some big time touring, this should definitely be on your list right here. I always recommend, anytime, you call before you come just screaming into the store to make sure it's here and available. With the volume that we do sell, they do go quickly. It's nice to know if it's going to be here and waiting for you before you go burning your gas money. So, you do what you need to do. That's just a recommendation that I have for everybody. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.